Test, test. Hello. Are we rolling? Let's see. I got the YouTube up right now. La 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 la. Check, check. Mic, check. How long is this going to take till I can hear? Test, test.
Oh,
hello.
there we go.
Are we rolling? Let's see. I got the YouTube up right now. Also, I'm going to say, la 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 la. I make sure it's not too loud. Check, check, mic, check. How long is this going to take till I can hear? Test, test.
Oh,
hello.
there we go.
Are we rolling? Let's see. I got the YouTube up right now. Also, I'm going to say, la 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 la. Okay, it wasn't too loud. All right, so here we are back at it yet again. Yet again, back at it yet again. Yet again. Where are we? We got this up. I got this down. All right, step 31. Very frustrating course, just like usual. What do we expect? Not much. Not much. It is free. I asked ChatGPT whilst I was on break. What's the best? This Codecademy, Udemy, EDX, whatever. I was asking it, and it said Codecademy is the best. And then I went to Codecademy. $240 a year or $40 a month if you want to pay monthly. Okay, freeCodeCamp, let's keep going. So now we're on to step 31. In our first P element, we're going to add a span element and give the span a class of product count and an ID of product count for ID, blah, 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 with the template literal or whatever. Then after the span, we're going to give our P element the text of the name variable. Okay, so in our first P element right here, we're going to give the span class. Did we make a span? Okay, we're going to add a span. Let's do the span first. All right. Span. Close span. All right. Now we're going to give it a class of product count. So class equals, and then inside of here, product count. Product hyphen count. An ID of product count, whatever. Okay, so ID equals product count. Copy that, drop it off, and inside it, and then we're also going to have a hyphen for hyphen ID, and then we're going to do the embedded expression with ID inside of it. Whoops, ID inside of it. And then we're going to, after the span, we're going to give our P element the text of name, of the name variable. So we'll have another embedded expression with name inside of that. Name, blah, blah, blah. There we go. All right, so let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 32. So there's still more functionality that our shopping cart class needs. Okay, but first we're going to need to be able to test the code we have currently written. We'll need to instantiate a new shopping cart object and assign it to a variable. So here's an example of instantiating the computer class from earlier examples. So we would say const my computer equals new computer thusly. And then we're going to declare a cart variable and assign it a new shopping cart object. Okay. So a new shopping cart class shopping cart object. Okay. Here's an, and then we're going to note to use the new keyword when instantiating an object. Instantiating. Yep, that's the word. Right, so we're going to say const cart equals new shopping cart like this, and then we'll have the set of parentheses after that, and here we go. Let's check the code. Looks good. Oh my goodness, sorry. Pardon me. And submit it. Out of coffee too. No big deal. So now we're on to step 33. So we need to get all the add to cart buttons that we added to the DOM earlier. What? These? Okay. So we'll declare an add to cart buttons variable and assign it the value of calling the get element by class name method on the document object, passing in the string add to cart button. Okay. So const add to cart buttons, const add to cart btns equals document dot get elements by class name, and inside of here we're going to do add -to -cart -btn thus. And that's what they're asking for. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 34. So we need to iterate through the buttons in our add to cart buttons variable. However, the get elements by class name method returns a collection, which does not have a for each method. Is that so? I've never heard of that. So we're going to use the spread operator. So we're going to use spread syntax on the add to cart buttons variable to convert it into an array. Then we'll use the for each method to iterate through the array, and we won't pass a callback function yet. Okay, so we'll start off with an array, ... add to cart btns. All right, so that's what they're talking about with the spread syntax. And then we're going to say .for each. And then we're not going to pass a callback function. So we'll just do that. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 35. Oh, thank you. So now we're going to add our callback function to the for each method. It should take a btn parameter. Add our callback function to the for each method. Okay. So btn parameter. Let's do that first. We'll just start doing this as we go. btn parameter. And then the callback function will add an event listener to the btn. Okay, yeah. So for each of the classes inside of this, we're going to say btn dot add event listener. And then we will say they're going to be click events. So click. And then they should take another callback with an event parameter. So event, we'll say comma event, and then we'll have the arrow, and then it's going to be empty. So we'll just do this. All right. So now we're adding click events to each one of these using this. I guess that's pretty slick, actually. Let's check the code. Come on. We should use arrow syntax to add a callback function to the for each method, which takes a button parameter. Did we not just do that? Is this not what they wanted? We should use arrow syntax to add a callback function to the for each method, for each button btn. Is that not what we just did? Is that not it? What's that? What's wrong with this? Should we bring this back? Is that not what we just did? Do we need to bring this backwards one? No. We're not giving up, but we will go to the next one and see what you want. Is this not what they want? Do they want this wrapped in a parentheses? A set of parentheses? Stupid. Okay. What else would you like me to try, my boy? I know. We'll just go and check what they actually want, since this seems like what they asked for, but it's not. Let's see what they actually want. What the hell is this? It's the exact same thing, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't put the parentheses around it. Okay. Still no good. Let's try it again. But let's do exactly their thing. All right. Check it. Oh, it's the same thing. What do they want? Okay, we're going to copy. We're going to al copy reset. Okay. Okay, let's do btn. Let's do btn. Actually, we're going to take all this. We're going to take this Nope. We're going to take this. Right here. Throw this in here. Check the code. So what the... What the hell is going on here? What's going on here? That's exactly the same thing as this. For each, this thing, click event, what is this? Help. Create a post on the forum. No thanks. Let's do this. See, line by line, word by word. Wrap this into parentheses. Yep, it's the exact same thing. Yet it doesn't want to work. Man. This company is Clown Town, I'm telling you. It's absolute Bozoville. Okay, well, we know this works, so we're going to go to the next one because to hell with these guys. What? What? Did they just... Okay, hold on a second. It was the same because it was the same. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm not. Okay, let's try it again. Reset. All right, let's say BTN event. No. What is this? In the callback, set it an event listener to, okay. BTN dot add event listener. Click, comma, event. Should take another callback with an event parameter. Check it. No good. Let's get this. Maybe they want parentheses around it. Maybe they want parentheses around this too. Bro. BTN, what? What? They want this wrapped up? Okay. What the? Bro, I'm about to freaking explode. I'm about to explode. I swear I'm about to explode. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Who on earth would have done that? Who on earth would have done that? Who on the whole planet would have done that? Who would have done that? These guys, am I right? I think I am. All right. So step 36 in our event listener call, it's the same thing, guys. It's the exact same thing, whether it's implicit or not. It's the same freaking thing. Oh my God. I just want to punch these guys. Whatever. I have to do this live. Look, if I was doing 10 steps a day and highly editing my frustration, you wouldn't have to witness this. You know who's to blame? It ain't the guy making no money. It's the guys making millions of dollars. All right. So in our event listener callback, we're going to call the add item method of our cart object and pass in the event.target.id. Okay. We're going to remember that the ID here will be a string, so we need to convert it to a number. And then we're going to pass our products array as the second argument. Okay. Let's try it. Let's find this again. We're going to call add item method of our cart object. So cart.addItem, cart.addItem. Honestly, I've never even heard of add item before. All right. Add item JavaScript. Boom. Here we go. I guess I have heard of it, but I haven't used it in a while. So the HTML select element add. That's not it. Add item method. Okay, let's go over here. Look for add item. No such thing. Did we make a method called add item? Yeah, we did. Okay, so add item is something we made. Okay, my bad. All right, so anyway, let's keep going. So we're going to call the add item method that we made of our cart object and pass in the event.targetID. Okay, so we'll pass in event.target.id. Event ID will be a string, so we need to convert it to a number. Event.target.id, and we're going to turn it into a number by wrapping this in parentheses and putting the number constructor in front of it. There we go. And then we're going to pass our products array as the second argument. There we go. Okay. And there we go. That's not what we're doing. It's not a declaration. It's an actual function call. All right, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 37. Pardon me. So our cart currently isn't visible on the web page. I've been at it for 20 minutes. We just only done 6 steps. Whatever. Pardon me. To make it visible, we're going to start by adding an event listener to the cart button variable and listening for the click event. The callback does not need any parameters. Okay. So we'll say cart btn dot add event listener. And we're not going to put any variables yet. All right. Okay. Let's make a callback function inside of it though. It's a click. Oh, hold on. It's click. It's listening for click, and then we're going to do the callback function with no variables, no parameters like this. How about that? All right. Check the code. Looks good, and submit it. Thank you. How do you say your name? I'm Tiaj. You're Tiaj, I imagine. You're welcome. All right. So step 38. We're going to start by inverting the value of isCartShowing. Well, remember that we can use the logical not operator, so the exclamation point, to invert the value of a Boolean. We're going to assign the inverted value to isCartShowing. Okay. What? We're going to start by inverting the value of isCartShowing. Well, remember that we can use the logical not operator to invert the value of a Boolean. Okay, so we'll say isCartShowing. Hold on. isCartShowing now equals the opposite of isCartShowing. I think that's what they want. That's what they want. All right, great. Next. Step 39. So now we're going to assign the text content of the showHideCartSpan variable the result of a ternary expression which checks if isCartShowing is true. If it is, we'll set the text content to hide. Otherwise, we'll set it to show. Okay. So we'll say isCartShowing? Question mark. If it is, we'll set show hide cart span. So show hide cart span dot text content equals hide, like that. And if not, we'll do the same thing but make it show. Show. Check it? No. Is cart showing? Is cart showing? Is cart showing is true? Do I have to put triple equals true? Oh, what the? Yeah. What? Did I spell it wrong? Surely I did not. Okay, check it out. I got it. Watch. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. There we go. That's what they want. So we're going to do show hide carts dot span dot text content is going to be if it's showing, if this is showing, hide it. If it's not, we'll show it. All right, cool. Check it. Looks good and submit it. Now we're on to step 40. All right. So finally, we're going to update the display property of the style object of cart container of the cart container variable to another ternary, which checks if isCartShowing is true. And if it is, we'll set the display property to block and otherwise none. And now we should be able to see our cart and add items to. All right. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to say cart container equals, no, excuse me, dot display dot style equals, and we'll say isCart. We'll do the same thing right here, and then we'll change it to block or none. So we'll drop this, call this block, call this none. All right, check the code. Come on. This style.display, style.display. I mean, that makes sense now that I look at it. Of course, you know, it's written backwards. It's written like Yoda said it. Looks good and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 41. So we need a way to access the total number of items in the cart. The best way to do this is to add another method to our shopping cart class, rather than accessing the items array directly. Okay, we're going to add a getCounts method to the shopping cart class, and it should return the number of items in the items array. All right. So we need a way to access the total number of items in the cart. The best way to do this is to add another method to our shopping cart, right? So we're doing another one of these, okay? We're going to add get counts. So we'll say get counts. How do we do that? Okay. And then we'll do this. And we'll say it should return the number of items in the items array. Return items dot length. Check it? Nope. This dot items. This dot items dot length. There we go. Awesome. And submit it. All right, now we're on to step 42. Oh, man. Let's keep going. We got 18 left, 19 left, I should say. So now we can update the total number of items on the web page. We'll assign the value of the cart object's getCounts method to the text content of the total number of items. getCounts. Assign the value of our cart's object getCounts method to the text content. Okay, so we'll say, I guess in here, total, whoa, hold on. Hold on. Total number of items dot text content equals cart dot get counts. Let's see. Okay. It worked. Woo. It worked. It worked. This is hard to understand. Whatever. And submit it. Look, once these guys stop updating this garbage, I'm going to go back and redo all these to where I understand. But I mean, the thing about it is that might be months from now and all of us are going to be moved on by then. So I guess let's just put up with it. Pardon me. So now we're on to step 43. So we also need to update the total price of the cart when the user adds an item. So we'll create a calculate total method in the shopping cart class. In that method, we're going to declare a subtotal variable and use the reduce method on the items array to calculate the sum of the price property of each item in the array. We'll use total and items, total and item as the parameters for our callback. And we're going to remember to set our initial value in the reduce method. Gotcha. All right, so we're going to create a calculate total method in the shopping cart. So we'll start with that. We'll say calculate total like this, okay? And then we're going to declare a subtotal variable. So const subtotal. And then we're going to use the equals. We're going to do the items array. So this dot items dot reduce to get the sum of the price property of each item in the array. So I guess total and reduce. Oops. So we'll use total comma item as the parameters, even though it's usually ACK and L. We're going to use total and item. It's the same thing. This is the accumulator. This is the element. And then we're going to say comma 0 like this. And we're, whoa, that's not comma 0. First, we're going to say total plus item, comma 0 as our, and 0 is going to be the, 0 is going to be the initial value. Okay, there we go. Nope. The sum of total and item dot price. Item dot price, of course. What a dummy I am. Dot price. The sum of the price property of each item in the array. Yeah, I should have known, but honestly. Should it be this dot item dot price? This dot item dot price? No, 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 no. Because this item is this item, while this items is this items. Okay. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 44. So part of the total cost will include the tax. So we need to calculate that as well. We're going to create a calculate taxes method in the shopping cart class, and this method should take an amount parameter, right? So we'll say calculate taxes, and then we're going to have this, and then we're going to have this, and it should take an amounts parameter. So we'll say amount. And I think that's all we got for now. Yep, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on step 45. So our calculate taxes method should return the value of the tax rate. So divided by 100 to convert it to a percent, multiplied by the amount parameter. For clarity, we're going to wrap the tax rate divided by 100 calculation in parentheses. Okay. Okay. So we're going to say return amount times, and then we'll say this dot tax rate. That's how it is, right? This dot tax rate divided by 100. All right, check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now on to step 46. All right, so because of the way computers store and work with numbers, calculations involving decimal numbers can result in some strange behavior, okay? For example, 0.1 plus 0.2 is not equal to 0.3. This is because computers store decimal numbers as binary fractions, and some binary fractions cannot be represented exactly as decimal fractions. Okay, so we want to clean up the number result from our calculation. We're going to wrap our calculation in parentheses. We're not going to include the return statement. So we'll wrap this thing in parentheses and do the toFix method, of course. What else would we do? So dot toFixed 2. All right. So let's go look at the toFix method, because this is a very important one, used a lot. toFixed. And they're going to get to this in the next one, I bet. All right. So the toFixed method of number values formats this number using fixed point notation, right? So it just rounds. It's like doing a math.floor on things, but it just fixes it to like 2 decimal points instead of rounding it down to the nearest integer, all right? But the thing is, it returns a string representing the number. It does not return a number, and you got to remember this, because later we're going to have to if we want this to be a number, we're going to have to wrap this whole thing in parentheses and put the number constructor in front of it. So let's check it, looks good, and submit it. All right, and then they're going to tell us right now, the issue with the toFixed method returning a string is that we want to be able to perform calculations with the tax rate. So to fix this, we can pass the toFix call, including the calculation, to the parse float function or number constructor, whichever you want. This will convert the fixed string back into a number, preserving the existing decimal places. So we'll pass our toFix call into a parse float. So yeah, let's wrap this whole thing in parentheses again. So there are definitely 3 parentheses at the front of this thing. And we're going to say parse float, right? And this will preserve whatever the floating point notation is. So it'll preserve everything after the decimal, right? Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 48. So now we're going to declare a variable tax and assign it the value of calling our new calculate taxes method, passing subtotal as the argument. Okay. So we're going to declare a variable tax. So we'll say const tax equals what? Assign it the value of calling our new calculate taxes method, passing subtotal as the argument. What? 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 What do you want? Declare variable tax and assign it the value of calling our new calculate taxes method. So subtotal, no, that doesn't make sense. Subtotal.calculate taxes. What? Dot calculate taxes. That's stupid. Calculate taxes. No, that's not right. Const tax dot subtotal. Is that what we do? Const tax dot calculate taxes. This can't be right. Subtotal. That can't be right. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Const tax equals this dot what? This dot tax? Assign the value of calling our new calculate taxes method, passing subtotal as the argument. That's what we did. To the tax variable. This dot tax? No way. This dot tax equals, that's stupid also. Oh, this dot calculate taxes. That's stupid too. This dot tax dot calculate taxes. This dot tax dot calculate taxes. That's so stupid. This dot price dot item dot price? No. Item dot price dot calculate taxes? Is that what you want? What? What? We're going to the next one. We're going to see what they're trying to say. I don't care. Tax equals this dot calculate taxes subtotal. What the? Isn't that what I did like 3 times? Isn't that what that says exactly right there? What number are we on? 48. Are those not all the exact same characters? We're going to copy this, reset it, drop it, check it. Reset. Const tax equals this dot calculate taxes. Did I not spell it right? Calculate taxes. Subtotal. Oh, don't forget the freaking capital T in subtotal. Boom. Oh my God. Oh, I wish I could do it the old way. I wish I could do it the old way so I could act like I'm not an idiot. And submit it. Okay, great. Thank you. So now we're on to 49. So we're going to update the total value to be the sum of the subtotal and tax values. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired. Update the total value to be the sum of the subtotal and tax values. Total value. The total value. Total, this dot total. Is it this dot total? This dot total equals. Do we have a total value? No, we don't. Okay. This dot total, we do have it. This dot total. This dot total equals sub total plus tax. Semicolon. Check it. Looks good. Submit it. All right, now we're on to step 50. So we're going to update the HTML in this method as well. We'll set the text content of the cart subtotal to be the value of the subtotal to a fixed 2 decimal places. We'll use template literal syntax to add the $sign to the beginning of the value. Okay. So we're going to set text content of subtotal. So we'll say cart subtotal. So we'll say cart subtotal dot text content equals. Then we're going to do a template literal. We'll have an embedded expression of subtotal to a fixed 2 decimal places. So subtotal dot to fixed 2. And we'll wrap this in parentheses and do the parse float in front of it. Parse float in front of it. And then we're going to have a $sign at the beginning of the value. So in front of this $sign, we'll have another $sign like that. Check the code. Nope. Oh, it doesn't need to be a number, does it? Because it's going to be a string regardless. Check. Come on now. 2 fixed 2 on subtotal. Oh yeah, don't forget the capital T like I did. Check it. Looks good and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 51. 10 left. 10 left. Let's go. 10 left. Oh man. Oh my goodness. 10 left. So following the same pattern as our cart subtotal, we're going to update the cart taxes to display the tax value and our cart total to display the total property. Okay. Following the same pattern, we're going to update the cart taxes to display the tax value. So let's take this, drop this, cart taxes to display the tax value. So tax makes sense. And our cart total display the cart prop. Okay, cool. And let's take it again. Let's take this one. Cart total. And this is going to be total, not 2 fixed 2. Total. Check it. Come on. This dot total. Oh yeah. This dot total. Okay. Great. And submit it. All right. 52. So finally, we're going to return the value of the total property. We're going to remember that we're going to remember our this keyword. Finally, return total. Okay. So we'll say return, return this dot total. Easiest step so far. All right, there we go. And submit it, step 53. So now we're going to call our calculate total method inside our for each loop. This, so we'll say what? This dot calculate total. This dot calculate total. No, btn. No. Event dot calculate total. Is that what you want? Nope. Cart dot calculate total. Who knew? I didn't. Cart dot calculate total. I guess that makes perfect sense though. All right. And submit it. Step 54. Oh. Okay, let's go. So our last feature is to allow users to clear their cart. We're going to add a clear cart method to our shopping cart class. All right, so we'll say clear cart like this, and then have this going on like that. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 55. All right, the first thing we should do is check if the items array is empty. If it is, we'll display an alert to the user with the text, your shopping cart is already empty. We'll remember that 0 is a falsy value, so we can use the not operator to check if the array is empty, of course. And after displaying the alert, we'll return from the function to stop execution. Okay. So we'll say, if this dot items, and in front of that we'll do the not operator, right? And if that's the case, we'll say alert with the text, your shopping cart is already empty. And then we'll semicolon and say return, like that, with another semicolon. Check the code. Huh. Is that not it? Did I spell something wrong again? We don't have time. I don't have time to be sitting here trying to figure out what little tiny mistake I made. This dot items dot length, you piece of whatever, it makes sense. Dot length. I would have never guessed that. Boom. And submit it. I would have never guessed that in my life. Oh. But it makes sense. All right, so browsers have a built-in confirm function which displays a confirmation prompt to the user. Confirm accepts a string, which is the message displayed to the user. It returns true if the user confirms and false if the user cancels. So we're going to declare a variable isCartCleared and assign it the value of calling confirm with the string, are you sure you want to clear all items from your shopping cart? Okay. So we'll say const is cart cleared equals confirm. So confirm. And we'll have the string, are you sure you want to clear all items from your shopping cart? Question mark. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, 4 left. So we only want to clear the cart if the user confirms the prompt. We're going to create an if statement that checks if the user confirmed the prompt. Okay. So if is cart cleared, in the if statement, we're going to set the items property back to an empty array and set the total property to 0. So we'll say, this dot items equals an empty array. And then after that, we'll do, this dot total equals 0, like that. All right, let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. 3 left. So we also need to start clearing the HTML. We're going to set the inner HTML property of the products container back to an empty string. You got it. So products container dot inner HTML equals an empty string like that. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now on to step 59. So now we're going to set the text content of the total number of items, cart subtotal, cart taxes, and cart total elements all to the number 0. You got it. So we will set text, we'll go total, we'll do it like this. Total number, not like that, of items, and then we'll do the next one. We'll say we'll do all that. We'll set it to 0 in just a second. We'll say cart sub total cart taxes and cart taxes and cart total. We'll press Alt. We'll select right after the S in items. Then we'll hold down Alt and we'll click after the L, click after this S, and click after this L. We'll say space equals 0, semicolon. All right. So now we got all 4 of those taken care of. Check the code. Come on. Oh, dot text content. Don't forget that. I think we're still here. Okay. Let's click right after the S. Hold down Alt. Hold on Alt. Hold on Alt. Keep holding down Alt. Dot text content. Okay. That should be it. There we go. And submit it. All right. Last one. Step 60. So our final step is to make our clear button functional. We're going to add a click event listener to the clear cart button. For the callback, we can pass in cart.clearCart directly. Okay. However, doing so will not work because the content of this will be the clear cart button element. So we need to bind the clear cart method to the cart object. We can do this by passing cart.clearCart.bind.cart as the callback. Okay. And with that, we're done. Okay. So let's say clear cart btn dot add event listener, and then we're going to say cart dot clear cart dot bind cart. That's what they said. Now what are they talking about? So what's clear cart? Here's cart, the new shopping cart. Okay. Clear cart, where's that at? Dot clear cart, where's that? Here's clear cart. Okay. So cart.clearCart.bind cart. Oh, it's a click event. Don't forget that. Click, comma, and there we go. All right. Do you understand what we just did? I certainly don't. I mean, I understand this part, but up to a point, I don't. Products dot for each. What is this? So for each of these products, we're going to make this HTML, creating that. Okay, I understood that. And then we've got class shopping cart constructor. I don't remember. I don't understand this stuff. Add to cart, open the cart. So I'm pretty sure this stuff is this right here. That's what this shopping cart constructor stuff is. I think we should just treat this as we have now been exposed to this, and that's about it, because honestly, I don't really get what's going on. I mean, we can see that if we add stuff to the cart, we got this, and we can add the taxes, and there's this with the taxes. Okay, add another thing. Now we've got this. But that's about it. Anyway, I don't know. I wish it was a little easier to understand, but I guess that's learning for you. Okay, so we're done with basic OOP by building a shopping cart. Now we're going to do intermediate OP by building a platformer game. Okay, so this should be more interesting, to say the least. So we're going to be on to this tomorrow. It's going to be a 4-parter. 39 in each. Whew, that's gonna be a blast. Hopefully we'll get this done by the end of tomorrow. I hope. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to start it like real early, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's that. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. What's the other thing? Like, all that stuff if you're into it. And we'll see you next time.